The views and opinions expressed in this content are that of a continuously evolving nature and are subject to change as humanity evolves into higher states of awareness.
Hi everyone, Lee again here from Next Level Awareness. I'm just with my partner today,
Hi.
Jade. And yesterday I made a video when I was in the park talking about how disheartened I was because basically the way YouTube's working at the moment is they're basically showing about 1% of my subscribers my videos. So it's as if I don't even exist to 99% of my subscribers. I don't know why this is. Ever since YouTube changed the algorithm system a couple of years ago, it's just happened like that. I used to get like thousands of views. Now I'm lucky to get 1,000 views on one video. So I was feeling a little bit disheartened. Plus I'm going through a shift at the moment where I'm not getting any downloads. I'm basically, my mind's just blank. Normally I just get downloads and I shoot them off the cuff. And the universe told us to do that, by the way, because when I shoot them off the cuff, I can say everything that's on my mind at that specific time. But when I used to set up cameras with microphones and everything, I was that busy doing that the actual topic I wanted to talk about wasn't coming and it wasn't the right time to do it. So that's why I prefer to film on this phone instead of professional equipment and everything. Although the audio and the video quality might not be as good, to me it's how I get my downloads out there and how I portray the information and the levels of awareness I want to teach to you guys. But yeah, so I've been feeling a little bit disheartened and I was thinking about stopping the videos for a while and maybe even doing just one a week or one every 2 weeks. What would you guys think of that? Please let us know in the comments, because I'm not getting as many at the moment because I'm going through a shift, but I think this shift's going to bring some positivity because I'm going to come out with a whole new level of awareness in a few weeks. And I'm going to be able to articulate things better because I used to, at one point I couldn't even talk for 20 seconds without my mind going blank, but because I've been doing these videos and thanks to you guys listening to the videos, which has kept us doing it because I wouldn't do it if it wasn't for you guys, it would be pointless, that I think I'm going to come out in the next few weeks with a whole new level of awareness, be able to articulate my words a lot better, and have a new style of teaching which is going to become more complex than my current style of teaching at the moment. And I guess another thing I want to talk about in this video is just basically how this works, how sometimes we can rely on the external, we can look at the external too much and forget our internal qualities, and how the internal is the external, because the external always mirrors the internal. So if I feel bad on the internally, and the external is going to mirror that. And I was speaking to Jade about this, and she's got her own business, and she said that these things will happen as challenges will come up, and you'll start looking at the external and judging it, and then that only affects your internal, and because it's affecting your internal, then it's going to mirror on the external. And sometimes when these things happen, when we get blocking points, we kind of have to just allow them to happen. Mm-hmm. And what did you say about that?
Because sometimes if you allow the external world to like dictate to you, things aren't always as they appear. So it could be that, you know, it may appear one way and you're thinking, oh, is it really worth what I'm doing? It's not looking promising. Things are a bit slow. Whatever it is, that's all a distraction. In reality, it could just be that the universe has been just slowing you down now. Get ready for the next stage, but first I want to see how committed you are.
Yeah, so these are like little tests from the universe to see how committed you are and what you're going to do internally, because everything that happens on the external is a reflection of the internal, but it's like kind of little tests we get to see if we're going to give up. Okay, and as soon as you don't give up, that's when you start to grow. Like that happened with your business, didn't it? You had a business, and it took a few years to build up, didn't it?
Yeah. So nothing great starts off great. You know, as I use like the example of the car wash guy who does all the car detail and whatever else. All he had was a bucket and a sponge once over, and now he's, detailing like supercars and whatever else. He didn't start off that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't help it. Oh, I'm never going to get to where I want to be because this has happened, or like it doesn't appear to be this way. It's all a slow process.
Yeah, it is. One of my favourite spiritual teachers here is Bashar. I don't know if you guys have heard of Bashar, but he's an extraterrestrial race that communicates via a channel through somebody, and they apparently are 2,000 years ahead of us, so they give us the knowledge they have to help us in this current time. And one of the things he says is that it's not about what happens to you, it's about how you deal with what happens to you, how you look at it.
You can't control life, but you can control how you react to it.
Yeah, you can't control life, but you can control how you react to life.
That's where your power is.
And however you react to it will affect the external around you, which mirrors your internal reality. And another thing we've been taught about is how sometimes you can get an idea in your head of what the future's going to hold. And because you've got this idea, you're kind of fixated on this idea of what you think the future's going to hold. Like, say you've got a small business, you might have this idea of what the business is going to turn out like. And because you've got this idea, and you're not allowing the flow, not allowing everything to happen just to happen and go with the flow, you can sometimes block something better that's going to happen because of that.
Well, you can use that kind of thing to think about a lot of things. Like, say for example, when people get in relationships and they're getting in a relationship with someone, are they really getting in a relationship with the person who that person truly is, or are they getting in a relationship with someone because of what they think in their mind? So we romanticize things and we're in love with the illusion of things, and and instead of looking at the reality.
Yeah.
So we're not observing things from a realistic point of view.
Yeah, definitely. That's why a lot of relationships nowadays fail, because they have this idea in the head of what they want that partner to be, but in reality, nobody's exactly what you want someone to be, because they're the wrong person. And they don't understand you because they're not you. You don't understand them because you're not them.
That's a paradox, because you only be looking at another person that way when you don't understand yourself, and that's because you're not accepting of yourself.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you've got to accept yourself before you can actually accept somebody else.
That's the universe telling us that's right.
Yeah, we always hear cars beeping when we're on the right track with something, which is something I've discussed in previous videos as well, guys, about how realities work, and this matrix is cleverer than what people think. But what's ironic about this is if you don't know that, it doesn't show you.
Well, the truth about life is this whole journey, it's all about self, it's all about you, and everything's a mirror, whether you see the mirror of self through another person, all aspects, work, relationships, your family dynamics.
Yeah.
You even grown the plants in the garden, like it's nurturing an aspect of self in return.
Yeah.
It's all about self.
Whatever you put in, you get back. It's just the way this reality works. Just all a mirror.
Right, because the same thing that creates everything else within the universe and the reality is the same stuff that creates you.
Yeah.
There is no separation apart from the illusionary sense of separation that we see.
Yeah, definitely. And as you can see, Jade's got a lot of knowledge with this reality. She's experimented with lots of different substances. Like, she used to take DMT regularly for a few years. She's probably, I don't know anyone who's took DMT as much as Jade's experimented with it, and she's learned a lot about reality, how it works, and yeah.
Didn't learn everything I know from taking drugs though. It's all
just part of the process.
It's been part of my process, yeah. But I wouldn't. It has helped open my mind, but I wouldn't give credit to things that I know about reality due to that.
It's all about experience, isn't it?
It is experience, and it's taking the time to be an observer rather than a participant, being so, consumed with self. So most people are like, oh, what do I want out of life? Oh, I want to get from A to B. They're always thinking about where they're going to next, and this and the other, instead of just taking the time to like just sit down and be still and observe and witness.
Yeah.
Like, what is all of this?
Yeah.
Instead of just taking it all for granted.
Just go with the flow, like be in the now. Stop thinking about the future so much, because there isn't a future. There isn't a future, there isn't a past, there only ever is the now. And what you think of the future when the future comes, that's not the future, that's the now. So it's like...
I know sooner we've said this, the moment's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Just,
So... And
practice doing that, where like the previous moment, practice like witnessing how fast it went. No sooner it came, it was gone, so you really do have to appreciate what you're currently experiencing, instead of worrying about, oh, well, that happened in the past, or oh, this is going to happen in the future. It's all about appreciating like what's going on around you now.
Yeah, definitely. And it's all about experience as well, guys. We've been talking about this today as well, how some people just go to university, get this university degree, and they think they know everything they need to know about running a business, and then they'll go and be employed by these big businesses to run the business, and then all that happens there is that they'll make all these decisions that kind of affect all the staff in the wrong way, because the staff have actually got more experience in the job as the higher management, and this is wrong, because I would say this
qualification can sometimes give the false sense of this person has experience, when in reality it's just a bit of paper. It does not warrant or give credit for any amount of experience gained. Yeah,
and a lot of the problems in the world at the moment is this type of thing happening, where people are trying to run a company who haven't had the experience needed to run a company, so they've just got this qualification, and then they end up pissing off all the staff. All the staff are like, well, why is the management making this decision? Because the management don't understand the job fully. All they understand is the degree they've done on how to run a business, but all businesses are different. That's why I would say it's all about experience.
It's not a holistic approach half the time.
Holistic
it's not holistic enough. That's what the problem is with most things. So you can't just look at a business and then just look at it as from a business point of view. You've also got to look at it holistically. So, you know, the dynamics of things, so the area in which you're situated, or whichever, you know, industry the business is within, and look at the dynamics of that. And then there's also the management of people. Looking after people's well-being, and not just the well-being of customers, but also the well-being of staff, yourself.
I strongly believe that anybody who's in a higher management in the business should have worked their way up, because then they've had experience of all different aspects. But unfortunately, this is not what's happening today in the world, and it's causing a lot of problems and karmic cycles that we could possibly avoid by understanding this. And even our governments and people like that, they're not even qualified to run countries, because they haven't been through the struggles that you need to go through to understand it all from a high level of awareness. Like, I've been in poverty before, Jade's been in poverty before. We've experienced all these different types of awareness as we've
types of being
as we've gone up these levels of awareness, and you can only do that via experience. It cannot be taught. This is why we're not fans of the New Age communities, because they're trying to teach people things that they're not ready to learn yet.
It's all avenues we've had to explore and transcend as well, though.
Yeah, because we've been in the New Age stuff at one point, believing it all, and then you eventually transcend that. So all this life is just we're here to learn, we're here to transcend our soul and go up the levels of awareness, but this never ends, okay? This goes on forever and ever and ever, and I can't really see an end to transcending awareness, can you? Like, it just goes on forever. Once you learn one thing, there's a new thing to learn, there's a new thing to learn, it just never ends.
It's kind of like when people think like, if there's no life after death, it doesn't... Wait, at some point, especially when you explore all these different things and you see how all the different densities and levels of awareness work, and it doesn't make sense for things to not continue, because if things didn't exist, it wouldn't exist. So it's a paradox. It has to continue. So it either exists or it doesn't.
Yeah.
So it would make sense, wouldn't it, that death is just a passing into the next stage?
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, we got a little bit off topic there, guys, but basically this video was just to kind of say that I might change the schedule of my content. Instead of putting 2 on a week, I might just put 1 on a week for a while, just while I go through this transitional period. But let us know, guys, if you're happy with that. Let us know. If there's anything you want me to do differently on the videos, let us know. If there's any topics that you want to talk about on these videos, let us know, because while I'm not getting the downloads at the moment, I'm a little bit stuck for content. So if you guys let us know what you want to discuss, I'll have a word with Jade about it.
You're not
and
stuck
we'll,
for content, you're just waiting for the right thing to come along.
Yeah.
You're only stuck if you're trying to force something, which you're not doing.
Yeah, which is another good point. Sometimes I think to myself, like, well, I need to make a video on this specific day, but I'm not getting anything. Then I try and think of something, and every time I do that, it doesn't really work.
That's counterproductive as well, because then that's, you know, if you were to do that and try and force something, then that's going to affect the quality of the stuff that you're trying to put out.
Yeah. So I'm just going to go with the flow, guys. I'm going to just, whenever I get a download, I'm going to make a video still. It might not be scheduled specific days of the week. I might just do it when and wherever. If you're okay with that, let us know. And another thing I want to say is thank you all for watching my videos, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even make them, because there would be no point. Even though the videos are not getting as many views as what some of the mainstream spiritual teachers are getting, then it doesn't matter to me, because I'm doing it all internally because I love doing it. And it's still, even if my videos get 600, 700 views, I think of it like me talking to 700 people in front of us, which is still a lot of people, guys. And this type of stuff that I teach, this esoteric knowledge, is not for everyone. It's not really mainstream stuff, so I'm fine with that. But yeah, I'd like to thank you all again for watching the videos. It means a lot to us. We read every comment that you give us. Me and Jade discuss all the comments that you leave. And I will also want to say this: if there's anything you're struggling with, please leave a comment. And if me and Jade have had experience with it, we'll help you with that. Because I know the spiritual journey that we're on is not an easy one. It's quite hard. You hit blocks sometimes.
It's not meant to be easy.
We don't want to try kind of tell you what to do, but we want to guide you through it, because telling you what to do wouldn't work anyway, because you can only do it with your own experience and your own decisions. But if there's anything you're struggling with, we'll try and help you with that and guide you through it. So that's it, guys, for this video. Stay tuned and have a lovely spring and a lovely summer. It's going to be an amazing summer this. We're all going to go in the next levels of awareness this summer, and I look forward to coming back with some new levels of awareness, some new ways of articulating it as well, once I've been through this energy shift I'm going through at the moment. And that's it, guys. Have a nice day. Thank you again. See you guys in the next video.